Hey guys, it's Jack and we're back this week to do some cooking. So I'm going to be focusing this on like the beaver badge, like the lower, so that they have a relatively easy idea of what they need to do. But I will go through at the end what scouts and cubs need to do to complete their badge. So first of all, we've got to make a menu. So I think I've got some paper here, so I'm going to use one A4 piece of paper to make a menu, but it's got to be balanced food. So right next to me on my iPad, I've got a Eat Well guide, which you can get up online. Very, very easy, so I just do that if you want to look. You can make one yourself, that is also part of the badge if you want. But you only need to do one of these things for beavers, so I thought menu seems fun, you can decorate it. So I'm going to put the camera where you can see it. Right, now I've got my paper and I'm going to get ready to do my menu. I'm going to do a fold, simple, easy shape, and I will come back after to tell you what it's like. I'm going to decorate it with colours and it's going to be really nice. So I will come back when I finish and I will tell you all about my menu. Right, so I'm done and this is my final design. It's just simple, nice. Scouts is what I've called the name of the place, and then here's the motto for Scouts, be prepared. So I've only done the inside, I haven't decorated it too much, but I just thought that I'd show you, like, I've done like starters, specials, a kids menu, or children's menu really it should be, but like I've just done a basic menu, so nice cool designs like that, and then done it in colours. But like what I realised I could have done, like for the mains, I could have given them names, which is what you could do, be creative, like the Scout specials it could have been called, and all sorts. So make it nice and like decorative. It doesn't have to be based on Scouts, that's just what I did it on. It's rather simple, put some effort into it. Done my breakfast, which, yeah, not that organised, I should have probably done that better, but I mean it's just like a demonstration for you guys to do. And remember, this is like for the beavers to do, so I mean I had one of these, so I was able to do stuff like that to make it look cool. And then like once you're done, hold it up and just take a picture, which is what I've just done. Now I could have decorated it a bit better, but I wasn't really too sure what to do, and I thought I'd leave like the designs for you because I don't want to do too much drawing and I want to get on with the rest of the video. So it's just simple. And then on the back it says your turn, so now if you pause the video and you want to go and do that now, you can, or you can carry on watching and do it after. That's if you do want to do the badge, that is, of course, which I hope you do because you'll be watching the video. So I'll come back in a minute in the kitchen to tell you why staying safe in the kitchen is important, and I will give you a few reasons on like tips to wash your hands and all sorts. So I'll be back in just a minute. Right, so we've got a knife here and we're going to teach you how to hold it safely, so like when you're on camps, when you move up to cubs and scouts, you don't hurt anyone. So the thing you need to do, this is just a standard knife, but you might be using sharper ones when you progress up. So as a standard one, you need to put your finger at the bottom tip of the knife, and then you need to have it, your whole palm, like that, and then you have it down by your side so you don't hurt anyone and you have full control of the knife at all times before you, or in case you accidentally hurt someone really, and then that will require your first aid badge. So yeah. Right, now we're going to come over. Before you touch any food, you need to get all the bacteria off and you need to wash your hands. So I'm going to turn it on, rinse my hands under, so they're all nice and wet, and then you put some soap on, and then you just go like this, get the palms, actually get it all over first, and then do palms, thumb, just so your whole hand's clean, and you do that, so you get every part of your hand clean so there's no bacteria on it, because you don't want to get any food poisoning when you're on camps or anything, and with COVID-19 you don't want to harm yourself by having more chance of getting it or keeping it on you. So that, and then you've got this to do your fingernails. And now we're nearly done. Doesn't take that long. It's easy to do if you do it properly. It's a lot safer than becoming ill or anything like that. So now that's done, I'm going to dry my hands so not soaking wet, and then I can go touch food. So then you're safe and no one else around you. If you're making a meal on camp, you can't get hurt. Right, and then you don't ruin camp. So now I've got food, I'm going to eat an apple. Right, so the final things you've got to do for this badge is explain why you need a clean kitchen. Now, I've got like 10 reasons here which I've got down on paper of why you need a clean kitchen. These are just to like inspire you or to think of creative ideas of why you might need a clean kitchen. But yes, you can use these as well. So, one of the reasons is hygiene. The main reason is the hygiene in your kitchen so you don't get anyone poorly, and that relates to a food related illness like food poisoning. You don't want to send like guests home who poorly, or yourself even, because then that means you might have to miss a week of beavers or cubs, scouts, whatever you do. And then another reason is pests, like you don't want mice coming in looking for food or anything like that, because that's kind of a nuisance. You don't want them bringing in any other diseases as well. It's also easier to use. I have a fairly small kitchen, so it's hard to get around if there's too many people in there, which then also does go back to the fact of holding the knife. If you're holding the knife in a tight space, then it's going to be harder. Well, it's going to be easier to keep everyone safe if you follow that. If you don't follow that, you're more likely to get someone injured. And then you really like. I think this is like one of the biggest ones. Well, you've got to keep it clean for guests, really. If you have guests come around, they're not going to eat any of your food if your kitchen's not clean. Like, some of you may not have guests around, so that may not be a problem for you. But I think, yeah, it's relatively good for having a clean kitchen for guests. Pretty much the whole house, really. And then you save money. Like, if you buy food, example, strawberries, and then you don't eat them and they go off, you have to buy new ones if you fancy them. And then that's just wasting money, really. But so save it, eat your food, and yeah. Another reason, like I say, safety for the knife. You want to keep it relatively safe in the kitchen. It's like no knives on the side, so like beavers, for you don't want to see any knives on the side so you don't pick them up and hurt yourself, because then again that will relate to your first aid badge, which I think we might have to do at some point. And then, like I said, food related illnesses, there's many out there, so just be careful of that. Also, when like making a meal for someone, which hints for what's coming next, you've got to consider if they've got any allergies, like a dairy allergy or stuff like that, really, like diabetes, which if you have that, it's not an allergy, it's a unfortunate disease which you can get. So there's that too, which you need to consider all the factors. Like if you were making a restaurant, that's what you'd have to consider, and you'd have to write down what's in that. But yeah, I'm going off topic there. So then, like, apparently this can be mood boosting for some people. Like having a clean kitchen makes you feel better, just more relaxed. So that's really like a few reasons why like having a clean kitchen is important and it's good to have one. And then it also links in with the safety in the kitchen. So, right, that's me done talking about that. Now, finally, all you've got to do, this is the fun part, you've probably wondered why I haven't cooked this whole thing. And that's because it's because I want to leave it all up to you, and you guys can be creative with what you cook. So, for the beavers, you've got to cook a main and a dessert, which are like healthy, using the Eat Well guide, which if I can put it in the description, I will. If I can't, then just Google it, it's easy to find. And then, yeah, that's that. So, yeah, that's all you've got to do, and then you can send that in to me, or actually not me really, you send it into your beaver leader, everything that you've done. If you copied this video, then yes, just do everything that you've done, and then send it in. And that'll be very good, because then you get your cooking badge. and like not all Beavers get this, and it's a good skill to have when you go to cubs and go on camps, which I know, yeah, because I remember doing it and it was really fun. So I suggest you do this badge. It's good. So yeah, it's easy to do at home during isolation. You can do a lot of stuff. And now I'm going to go onto the cubs just on the website to see what you guys need to do. Just because I think you've got to do it a bit more sophisticated, because you're a lot older. Well, not a lot, you're a bit older than the Beavers are. So basically for cubs, you've got to learn the basic rules of safety and hygiene in the kitchen and explain why they are important, which is kind of what we've done here. But that's just point one. And then for the number two, you've got to talk to your leader about the different ways of preparing and cooking food, which I guess you can't really do now, but you could just send a video into like your leader of you guys saying that, because yeah, or you can just do it when you get back to finish the badge. Learn what the major food groups are, so that's the Eat Well guide. It's like carbohydrates, protein and all that stuff. And then you've got to plan, cook, serve and clear away a 2-course meal for at least 2 people. So that's similar to the Beavers, really. You've just got to clear away the whole thing too, and it's got to be proof of that, so I would send that in. Now I would go on to like what scouts have got to do, but probably the same really. I have got my iPad here, so I'll just Google it. Oh, hang on. Scouts cooking badge. Yeah, they have one. So I guess this looks like the same really. Yeah, well, scouts don't have one, so it's really just the same. I wasn't sure because I haven't done this myself. I'm an explorer, so we haven't really done many badges. We're focusing on Duke of Edinburgh, which is why I'm doing this. So any support would be nice. Subscribe, leave a like, or just view the video at least. That is all you can do to help me. Leave a comment if you want me to do leave certain badges you want me to try and see if we can do at home at the moment, then that'll be good. As you can see, this came kind of happy. It came halfway through one of the clips I was doing, so I had to restart the whole thing. But it's a nice Scout top. You can get them on the Scout website, which I'll leave a link to in the description. I will make sure to this time. And yeah, I'll leave my Instagram in the description where you can send stuff in to me if you really want to. And I will, if I get enough, I'll put a clip together of everything you've done over the last 2 weeks. So yeah, sounds fun. So I will see you next week for another badge, which I'll think about doing. I don't know what it will be yet. It might just be arts and craft or something like that to go towards a badge. I know today I did a whole badge, which was difficult. It took me quite a while to do this menu. But yeah, so remember, do a menu. It's back to front for me, for me. So now it's your turn, which you can't see because it's back to front. So I'll see you next week for hopefully something which interests you to get a badge. So I'll see you next week. Bye.